Welcome to TIOmarkets Daily Market Commentary. I'm Jan Muta, Chief Market Analyst for TIOmarkets, and before we move further, please remember we do not provide investment advice. In market news today, we have Australian journalists fleeing China, and this is a new low in the country's relations. It really started when the Australian Prime Minister demanded for an international inquiry how and where from the coronavirus really started, and this angered Chinese officials. Trump continues his anti-China rhetoric, promises he will decouple the economies. Now this is probably linked to the election coming up, but if this continues, it's likely to bring volatility in stocks and commodities globally. At the moment, US stocks correction, according to some analysts, is seen as healthy, and yes, the stocks were really high and the valuations grew quite high, but now we have markets at support. They have recovered a bit, and in a moment I'm going to look in to show you in the charts what I'm seeing there and how the recovery is proceeding at the moment. The UK Prime Minister really dropped a bomb yesterday. This is the big news today. Still, he's basically saying that the Brexit deal never made any sense. So this increases the chances for no-deal Brexit. And if, this could be just negotiation tactics, but at the same time, there seems to be ideological background to this. Britain believes that by investing, being free to invest into companies that work on the next big generational move, such as AI, that will bring them an advantage in the future over the next coming, say, 20 years. Now, if this, they basically can't do this under the EU restrictions on how much the government can invest into companies, so they are saying it doesn't make any sense, and now a no-deal Brexit looks likely. There's been volatility in sterling pound pairs, not shares, but pairs rather, yesterday, and it's likely to continue now. So let's keep an eye on those, and I'm going to show you in the charts what's happening. We have macroeconomic data calendar very light today and tomorrow. Australian NAB business confidence recovered quite nicely from -14 to -8. And tomorrow we have rate decision from the Bank of Canada, 0.25 is expected. Let's go and take a look at the charts. So here we have Euro USD, and as you can see from the chart, the trend line we drew somewhere down here has been still very valid and has been supporting market even today. If we go to the hourly chart, you can see it clearly how the market has been bouncing from this support, from this rising support I drew earlier, which again suggests to me that the analysis that I'm doing is I'm not the only one seeing this. There are big banks, big money managers who are also looking at the same levels. And the fundamental picture in the long run is supportive of euro against the dollar. Now the market is probably, with this sideways move, is probably waiting for the European Central Bank rate decision and the rate statement on Thursday. So there is a chance that if this sort of sluggish sideways move still continues, there's the chance that the market will dip a little lower when these key support levels are likely to come into play, and the longer term channel low also. So let's keep an eye on this. In today's trading, it's been the Aussie that has been really the strongest, pound the weakest, so it makes sense to take a look what is going on in the daily chart of Aussie USD let's go here. You might remember, those at least who read my analysis might remember that when the market was up here, I was saying that if it corrects all the way down to these supports, 72.45 and 72.16, it's likely that there will be buyers. And now exactly this happened. Market came down all the way, almost touched the 76.16 support, 72.16 support rather, and the move was rejected by the bulls and the market moved higher. Now we have market fighting this 10-period moving average and trying to move higher from here. Basically, this is an uptrending market and we have a bullish signal here, so there's a good likelihood that the bidders will come into this market and take the price higher. And before we go to the live pound chart, the cable chart, or the pound dollar chart, I want to draw your attention to the analysis I wrote today. You can find this in TIOmarkets.com/analysis, and I looked at the weekly, daily and 4-hour charts. So basically here what you can see, I was drawing your attention to the fact that the market is in the 4-hour chart trending lower and there is resistance above. And so I was concluding that should the market rally, it would be likely that the rallies are sold. So, and I said I would be looking for sell signals at resistances. Let's see what actually happened when the market moved higher. So here's cable, and let's go to the 15-minute chart so you can clearly see how the market rallied to this 31.59 resistance, and the move was rejected and the market dropped down again. So it is arranging a bit, but it is still in downtrend in quite a few different time frames. Obviously, we have to pay attention to the fact that the move has continued quite a while already, and there are potential support levels nearby, which means that we might get bounces that go beyond the resistance levels. But as long as the resistances are there and as long as the market keeps on selling those, then it makes sense to look for sell signals. To get a more detailed picture and understanding on this currency pair, go to my analysis today at TIOmarkets.com/analysis, and I'm sure you'll have lots of material that helps you to grow as a trader. Very briefly, I want to show you what's been happening with euro pound. So basically the market has been trending lower ever since this sort of uptrend was broken there. The market consolidated here for quite a while. Then the uptrend was broken and the market came down to this support and bounced heavily higher. Now this long candle was created yesterday as the news came out that the Prime Minister is actually saying that the EU deal doesn't make any sense. Now the market is approaching the upper end of the trending channel that it has been in. So let's see if the market starts to roll over, which would mean that we look for short-term sell opportunities there. But as always, we only trade what we see. We don't anticipate, we react. And here we have S&P 500 futures in weekly time frame. As my readers probably remember, I was saying up here that if the market corrects down to this February high from this year, it's likely that the market will attract buyers. And this is actually what happened. Market came down, penetrated the level slightly, and let me show you, it went down to this daily low exactly, and then quickly bounce higher. So question is, do we have reasons to believe that this market can go higher or will go higher? This level here almost coincided with 38.2% Fibonacci level, and the move higher was quite strong. So looking at the weekly chart, I do believe there is a chance that we will rally higher from here and test the high regions again. I don't know if the market is going to make a new high. This was quite severe. This moved lower. But if the market consolidates for a longer period of time like here and then retests this high, it's more likely to go through. But obviously we will follow this on daily basis and see how the market reacts. At the moment, I think market might actually need a little bit more sideways movement, more consolidation before it can move higher and rally again. And to finish this video, I'm going to show you gold and oil. And as you can see with gold, it has not really been going anywhere for quite some time now. So it's really difficult to say what exactly is going to happen. There is no clear indications of direction at the moment. So I'm staying aside from gold and looking for opportunities elsewhere. And here we have the dollar denominated WTI crude oil. And as you can see, since the market failed to move higher after this bullish candle here at the channel low, the market really has dropped quite a bit. It broke out from the channel, came all the way down to this July 10th low, and now at the moment seems like it might be breaking this low, this support also. If we use the channel width as an idea on how far this move might continue, we get a projection that points to 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. So, and then that's 36.16, and if we have a support at 37.08, so somewhere around this region seems like a likely target for the shorts. That, you know, I'm not saying that you should be selling short. I'm saying look at the intraday charts and see if you have confirmation for short trades, selling rallies there, and if you have a good entry, look for the market to move to the next potential support, which is in this case around $37, and there might be a continuation all the way down to the 36.13. But thank you for this, and I'm going to say trade safe, and I look forward to see you again tomorrow.